which meant his chances of dying were under 50%, but again, not by much. No wonder my mom was weepy and my dad was a zombie. We talked a little more about things like scheduling. My mom and Jeffrey would be in Philadelphia at least 2 days a week for the first month of treatment and how to handle telling people. And it turned out that my mom's parents were already knew, and so did a lot of the extended family members. The reason nobody had called the house yet about it yet was my mom had asked that nobody called or visit until she and Jeffrey were home. My mom's principal knew, and so did some of her closest friends, but most of her school didn't know. I didn't know what my dad had said or not said at work, but from his general level of communication that week, I had a feeling he had been clamming up pretty tight with everyone. On the other hand, his coworkers would have had to be blind and deaf not to have noticed the sudden change in on what was now passing for his personality. Jeffrey's school would have to know, of course. My mom had other thoughts too. What about your school, Stephen? Would you like me to call your school counselor? Would you like to have a conference call with your teachers? Or could you shoot me now and get it over with? Stephen, it makes perfect sense to alert the school staff to a situation where one of the students might need additional support. What additional supports? A group hug in homeroom every morning? Maybe a teachers could write little notes in my agenda book. Or how about you sign me up for a nice counseling group? Perhaps you could make me look more like a dork to my peers. Do you think somebody could get me a seat on a short bus? What has gotten into you, Stephen? I'm trying to help you here. The doctors tell me that siblings of she kind of had to swallow here to get the next part out. Cancer patients find the experience very stressful. Stressful? Why should this be stressful? Just because my mom and brother disappear for a week and nobody tells me anything, and then they come back. My brother is barfing left and right and left, and with bruises all over him, and he can't even stay awake, and his back is all. And then I burst out crying, which I'm sure was a great comfort for everybody. At least it shut me up for a while. My mom put her arms around me, and we stayed like that so long that my neck was getting a crink in it. Now, normally, I'm not the biggest fan of being hugged by my mother in broad daylight at this point in my adolescent years, but I must say, it felt pretty nice right then. Then I finally pulled away a bit. I looked at my mom and pleaded, please don't call my school. I'm fine. Yeah, teenage boys who are fine always cry on their mother's shoulders until they leave a snot trail. Okay, Stephen, for now, we won't call. So they didn't call. And all my mom's friends told their kids. I'm sorry. So they didn't call, and all my mom's friends told their kids, and it didn't get back to me for those first few weeks. As for me, I was always a perfect big brother for Jeffrey, the silent microwave mate that my dad seemed to want, and completely sarcastic and horrible to my mom. Don't ask me why I dumped everything on her, but I did. Meanwhile, at school, I still kept plowing along, practicing drums, writing journals, completely bagging all my homework assignments, and making human interaction with people around me. Inside my head, though, I had a whole new activity, bargaining.